Introducing the Jim Kincaid Study Bible. A great Bible if you think that Calvinism is just too soft. Gentlemen, welcome to my channel. I'm Jim Kincaid, and we're not going to study the content of the Jim Kincaid Study Bible. I'm going to give you a quick review of the single-column journaling Bible published by Crossway. I believe it just came out in 2016. I'll leave a link below if you're interested and where to purchase it. But this Bible is not good for journaling, okay? The margins are too small. And I know that some people like to, actually journal, like they're writing, the date and their thoughts for the day or their daily devotional or whatever. I don't think that this Bible is good for that, okay? But it is a really good Bible for cross-reference notes, okay? So I have a way of studying the Bible that is based on the day of the month, and I have parts of the Bible I focus on, and I don't need to have like a physical Bible. I could use, my smartphone or any Bible I have on hand. Concurrent to that, I have a method of Bible reading where I grab a physical Bible and I bring it with me to work. I throw it in my work bag, and if there's ever downtime at work, I whip it out and start reading from the beginning. Okay? So, at the beginning of this Bible, the single column journaling Bible by Crossway, on May 18th, 2021. Alright, I just wrote down the date and started reading and writing notes, okay? And at some point I remembered, oh yeah, I know cursive. So switch over to cursive and kept on going, right? And just read through as time allowed, alright? So my main Bible studying, I always make time for. And this straight reading through is based on the amount of time available, okay? And again, just keep track of the date. And there's one little bookmarker here. So you can put that in there. And what I would do is just crack it open and start reading. Again, it's time allowed. But anyways, in writing notes, there's not a whole lot of room, okay? So I'd have to hyphenate words and run out of space, and one idea could take up a whole page. So for note taking and for journaling, I don't think that this Bible is good for that. All right, but for cross-referencing, I think it's great. And so this method of straight through reading the Bible, which I do, I notice themes and verbiage that either identical or allude to one part or another of the Bible. Let me give you an example. Revelations chapter 20, see how I have it underlined? Books were opened, all right? Well, I was reading Daniel chapter 7, verse 12, and let's go there. I have it, the bookmark there, this ribbon bookmark, okay? So, see, Daniel chapter 7 verse 12. The books were opened. When I was reading through Daniel and I got to the part that says the books were opened, I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that the case in the book of Revelation? Books were opened? I guess an allusion to judgment, like all our deeds are recorded, and on Judgment Day, they get opened. If we were to update it for the 1980s, we'd say the VHS tapes of your life were popped in, and your life, every one of your deeds was judged. So I thought that was kind of interesting, right? So I actually haven't got to the book of Revelations yet in my read through, but you can see all of the cross references I have, like something in Jeremiah chapter 25 verse 15 reminded me of the bowls of God's wrath being poured out on the earth, right? And then verse 2 of Revelations chapter 16 talks about the first angel went and poured out the bowl on the earth, and harmful and painful sores came upon the people who bore the mark of the beast and worshipped its image. And when I was reading Exodus chapter 9, verse 8, I was like, oh, that reminds me of somewhere in Revelations. And so that's how I make these cross references. And it's just amazing to me, like the book of Revelations is just an allusion to lots of other prophetic books in the Bible. And so I think that this Bible is really good if you just straight read through and you do these cross-reference notes in the margin. It's not really good for journaling, and it's not good for actual note-taking, okay? Now, I've determined that for actual note-taking and writing, I like the moleskin books, okay? And this, you know, it fits in. It has the same like aesthetic, and it has this this elastic band. And I know that some people find these annoying, and generally I find these annoying, but they're very helpful if you're bringing your Bible with you in an environment where you're likely to drop your Bible, because it keeps it closed so it won't fall open on open pages and wrinkle them all up and ruin the pages. So the pages, they're actually pretty good. When I purchased this Bible at Mardell's, I got one of these blue special Japanese writing pens and a little sticky loop for the pen. But the loop came off, the pen broke, and so I got this Sharpie pen, which worked really well. This is a really nice pen for writing after you break it in, but this pen's plastic. So I went to my everyday carry pens, which was Zebra, and the thin zebras, like the F301 and the F701, wrote really well on the pages. It was a good compromise. Didn't crinkle, like, you get a little bit of wrinkling from ballpoint pen. But these Zebra pens, the wrinkling, I could deal with it on these pages. The pages aren't that thick, but they can hold up to a Zebra pen. And, you know, even better would be a Sharpie, but this just wasn't feasible because this is like an everyday carry Bible, and the plastic pen wouldn't last. So this Bible, I recommend it. You know, if you want to try to read through it like I just described, where you're making cross references. My next Bible, when I'm finished reading this, you know, I'm going to buy another one, and there's one that's leather, like real leather, and you get the Bible on one page and then lined a blank page with just lines, so you could actually write notes. They carry out all of your thoughts rather than a brief summary written in cursive in the margins. I don't like margarine, I like butter, by the way, but these aren't that thick. But anyways, one other point, that this is hardback, and it's really durable. Like, I've been reading through it for the past couple years, bringing it to work, so it's been abused plenty, and it's held up well. All right, I have an upcoming video where I'm going to go through the Crossway pleather Bibles, kind of deteriorating on me, which isn't a problem. I mean, for one thing, it shows that we've been reading them, but I'm going to explore leather Bibles because, you know, I do read them, and I do abuse them. I don't go easy on them, just like my G-Shock, you know. I like G-Shock style Bibles. Anyways, I recommend this. I give it 5 stars, but not for journaling. For journaling, it's poor. But as a hardy Bible that you want to read right through, and with the cross references, this is great. I'm Jim Kincaid. This is my study Bible. Thanks for watching.